Welcome back to the Plymouth Cultural Center for Game 2. We are set to go. West Michigan Varsity takes on the Plymouth Flyers in Game 2 of 16U action. Puck played into the Plymouth end. Up front to start, Finnerty, Ayler, and Bateson on defense. Hooper and Timpey. Plymouth digs the puck out of their zone. Hooper keeps it in momentarily. Plymouth, though, gets control of it, skates to neutral. Dumped into the West Michigan end, played by Jackson Timpey behind his own goal. Up the wall for Finnerty. Finnerty moves it out into neutral zone. Ayler after it. Bateson picks it up. Leaves it for Finnerty. Finnerty drives it in. Leaves it for Bateson. Bateson dumped in deep. Ayler will catch it on the far side corner. Ayler into the feet. Bateson comes across to help. Plymouth digs it out. Held in the zone though. Penalty arm is up. West Michigan on the delayed call here. Plymouth with control of the puck. They'll wrap it far side. Timpey's going to touch up. And West Michigan goes for the roughing call. Face-off will come down in the defensive zone. In net, Noah Freen. On the penalty kill, Mitchell, Smilanich, Rocco, and Poulin. Carson Poulin. Shot in on net. Saved by Freen. Face-off played out to the point far side. Now pass back to the wall. Plymouth trying to set something up down in the corner. Rocco sizes him up. Plymouth moves it up the wall. Mitchell pressuring, pass, and a cycle back into the wall. Now pass out to the point. Now pass down low. Pass on the doorstep. Now in the middle, shot, deflected into the back wall. Plymouth with control, back to the point man. Now to the near side point. Back to the wall near side. Back to the point. Shot in on Freen, deflected, loose. Wrap around, blocked by Poulin, and off the face mask, loose pucks. Milich after it. He's all alone in on net. Lucas shoots. Saved by the goaltender. West Michigan on the penalty kill. Played ahead by the Flyers. Back in the West Michigan zone. Takes it wide. In on Freen. He'll paddle that and hold it for a whistle. On the face-off, Moore, Berto, Hohendorf, and Kuhn. This is Berto carrying it out. On the penalty kill, crosses the red line, dumps it in deep. After it is Moore. At the back wall, Moore puts it in the corner. Plymouth there. They'll break it up. Kuhn holds it at the blue line. Delayed offsides. Now played by Plymouth through neutral zone. Out of the box, and on the ice comes Ayler. 5-on-5, Hohendorf off the wall, held up by the referee. Moore is there, sends it up. Plymouth will play it from the point position. Shot in on Freen, a save. Loose in the corner, Moore and Kuhn after it. Plymouth digs it out, carries behind the net, centering pass knocked down. Into the far wall, Moore into the corner. Plymouth tried to center it, played by Hohendorf. Now he's got a lane to move it out. Hohendorf crosses the red line, dumps it in deep. Miles Ayler gives chase. Ayler behind the net. Plymouth got a stick on it first. Now they'll send a pass cross ice near side. Into the West Michigan zone they bring it. Plymouth knocked down nicely by Hohendorf. He collects the loose puck, finds Berto. Ethan Berto carries through neutral zone. Berto takes it wide on the near side, stops. West Michigan gets a line change. Berto's gonna hold it there. Timpey comes in, puts it in deep. Puck played behind the net. That's Rocco, Tyler Rocco. Plymouth plays it to neutral zone. Jackson Timpey back for Samuel Bidwarman. Bidwarman sends it up deep. Icing waved off. Played by Plymouth behind their own net. Pressure by Timpey, loose puck comes out, but Plymouth moves it ahead. They've got possession, neutral zone. In the far side, Timpey pressures. Jackson Timpey takes the puck away from behind, up the wall for Poulin. Poulin gets it to Rocco. Rocco crosses the red line, had it taken off his stick. Puck loose. Hooper off the wall, looking for Poulin, played by Plymouth in their own end. Backhand dump. This will be played by Hooper. Hooper cross ice pass. Plymouth intercepts. Goodwarman pressuring. Hooper now goes cross ice with it. Far side corner. Hard after it is Poulin. Caden Poulin. Now Tyler Rocco absorbs a hit. Goodwarman holds it. Poulin picks up the puck. Goes in the corner with it. Poulin behind the net. And we'll get a whistle interference call on Plymouth. West Michigan on their first power play of the game. Evan Moore out on the power play. Finnerty and Bateson, the linemen up front. Played by Rocco in his own end. Rocco and Poulin on defense. Rocco, far side, hits Poulin. Poulin in the middle for Finnerty. Finnerty off his stick. Plymouth takes it away. Oh, big hit leveled by Rocco. Moore goes into the wall. Played by Poulin for Finnerty. Puck comes out to neutral zone. Rocco's there. Rocco dumped it in, gloved by the goaltender, but he'll release it for his defenseman. Icing attempt knocked down by Mitchell, played by Rocco at the red line. Plymouth with the puck, and they move it length of the ice on the penalty kill. Poulin behind Freen. Poulin pulls it out. Pass connects with Finnerty, picked up by Rocco. Rocco crosses the blue line, takes it wide, on the wall. Plymouth takes it away. They shoot it up the far side wall, and they'll bang it deep. Poulin, pressure on his back. He goes down. Bateson has the puck. Moves it into the middle for Finnerty off his skate. Plymouth takes it away at the blue line. Shot wide. Poulin up the wall. This will be played by the Plymouth defenseman. Dump back in deep. Plymouth back with their fifth skater. Finnerty behind the net. Good maneuver, but pinched into the wall. Rocco in to help. Rocco trying to move it up for Mitchell. Now played by the Plymouth point man. Dumped in deep. Bounce behind the net. Poulin after it. Plymouth takes it in the corner. Far side. Puck shot on Freen. And that'll be held for the whistle. Ayler, Berto, and Smilanich. Kuhn and Hohendorf on defense. Plymouth with the puck in the corner. Plymouth cycles at the wall. Ayler holds it up there. Plymouth with it loose, shot. Knocked down by Freen. Played behind the net, Kuhn. Pressed in the wall, Plymouth pulls it in the corner. Hit by Hohendorf. Plymouth from the corner sends a pass out to, nope, held up by Berto. But Plymouth gets the puck on the end line. Cycle back to the near side corner with it. Now turned to bring it out front, picked off by Smilanich. Smilanich absorbs a hit. Plymouth holds it in the zone. Plymouth down low with it. Puck goes wide. Played by Hohendorf. Hohendorf sends it around the wall near side. At the wall, Kuhn. Played by Kuhn now. Play it out to neutral zone. Trying to find it on the stick. Smilanich in to help. Lucas takes it away. Lucas feathers one to the near side. Ayler's after it, but Plymouth with possession. Berto got a stick on it, sent it cross ice, Plymouth there. Held up nicely by Poulin. Poulin goes down, penalties, arms up, Ehlers brings it in. Delayed call here, Plymouth will touch up. West Michigan with their second power play of the game. Let's do better than last time here. Bidwarman, Rocco, and Poulin up front. Hooper and Timpey on defense. Hooper gets it to Bidwarman. Bidwarman's pass knocked down and cleared by the Flyers. Giving chase is Timpey in his own zone. Settles it down, over for Hooper. Hooper across ice, deflected by Plymouth, but played by Tyler Rocco. Rocco pressured at the blue line, picked up by Bidwarman. Bidwarman in the corner, absorbs a hit, stuck in the feet. Rocco pulls it out. Rocco centers it for Hooper, loose in front. Hooper trying to get a shot, can't find it. Hooper gets it back to Timpey at the point. Timpey puts a shot in, goes wide. Poulin from the near side. Around the net, Rocco with possession. Rocco tried to center it, couldn't find a grip on it. Held in by Hooper at the point. Hooper played in down low, puck bounced into the back wall. Poulin behind the net for Rocco. Rocco, pass out to the point, finds Timpey. Timpey with a shot, and that's gloved for a whistle. Moore, Smilanich, Mitchell, Poulin, and Rocco. West Michigan with the draw. Poulin with it to Moore. Moore carries to the wall, off the wall, back for Poulin, jumped his stick, and goes to neutral. Plymouth pulls it out into Freen, and he'll hold for the whistle. Face-off played by Moore behind the net. He'll skate it out far side. Can't get a grip, taken away by Plymouth. Plymouth towards the middle, played back out by Poulin, gets it to Mitchell. Mitchell off the wall, sprint after the puck. Mitchell and Moore, Plymouth with it behind their net, hard off the wall. Gets past Poulin, and Rocco will have to chase it down in his own zone. A little bit of heat in his pocket. Rocco moves it out. Rocco off the wall, mid-ice, chipped around two. Rocco after it, played it behind the net. Smilanich will give chase. Lucas with a nice hit in the corner. But Plymouth back with 5 skaters now. Pass through the middle, knocked down by Mitchell, but carried ahead by Plymouth, 2-on-1. Good play by Poulin, a shot on Freen, and he gloves for the whistle. Yeah. Ehlers on the face-off. Plays it over for Finnerty. Finnerty's out with Ehlers and Bateson. Hohendorf and Kuhn on defense. Plymouth dumps it in deep behind Freen, far side corner. Kuhn goes down on that edge loss. Hohendorf pinches, keeps the puck behind the net. Kuhn wrestles it away up the wall for Bateson. Bateson. Plymouth wrestles it away at the wall. Kuhn bodies the man. Plymouth puts it back in the corner. Kuhn after it. Played up the wall, Plymouth. Chipped away by Ehlers, now carried by Bateson. 3-on-2. Bateson takes it wide. Takes away the man. Ehlers got it behind the net. Ehlers pins it into the wall. Plymouth with a stick on it. Bateson holds it in, gets it to Finnerty. Back to Bateson. Chipped into the middle, and Plymouth with possession behind their net. They'll out it on the near side. Bouncing puck. They control through neutral zone and now into the West Michigan end. Good play by Hohendorf. Wrestles that puck away. Played by Kuhn for Finnerty. Finnerty gets the loose puck. Caden Finnerty puts a shot off a player, bounces into the corner. Ayler after it. Plymouth on the near side. Pass knocked down, but they take the loose puck into the West Michigan zone. Pass in the middle. Puck played to the wide of the net. Plymouth with possession. Centering pass loose on the doorstep, and they score. Off at mid-ice. Plymouth with the 1-0 lead here. Late in the first period. Puck played deep. After it is Poulin. Up the wall. Plymouth able to advance it ahead through neutral zone. Around the defender. In deep. Timpey after the loose puck. Rocco in to help. Timpey digs it out. Pulls it behind the net. Pass on the wall. Far side for Poulin. In the corner. Plymouth now on the near side. Hooper after it. And none on their side. All right. Plymouth with a little gift here, 5-on-3. I got the penalties mixed up. Plymouth with a 5-on-3. Pass in front's knocked down by Smilanich, and he clears the zone. Smilanich, Timpey, and Rocco out for West Michigan. But Warman, Rocco, and Timpey now out. Face off won by Plymouth. They carry it in wide's far side. Drop pass to the point man. Pass near side. Now down low. Pass back to the point. Back to the wall. Pass out to a sinking point man into the corner. Timpey after it. Loose puck, Bidwarman hassling. Out to the point man. Pass attempt on the doorstep. Timpey's going to wrestle it away. Bidwarman after it. Goes loose to the point man. Back to the wall. Now a pass down low. Disrupted by Rocco. Rocco's got it. Rocco with possession. Neutral zone. Gets a backhand in deep. Plymouth cross ice connects. Carried in. Taken away by Rocco. Hard off the wall. He'll clear the zone with that. West Michigan gets two skaters back. Rocco, possession his own end for Timpey. Timpey to Mitchell. Mitchell gets around one, takes it wide. Mitchell puts it behind the net for himself. Into the corner with it. Plymouth ties it up. Big hit there by Hooper. Plymouth on the breakout far side. Smilanich gets a stick on it. Timpy holds it. Plymouth able to possess. And that buzzer means we've finished our first period. All right, second period ready. 1-0, Plymouth leads. Rocco Hooper up on forward along with Mitchell on defense. Timpy and Hohendorf. Puck sent to the near side. Plymouth after it. Moves it up the wall. Timpy, Hooper, taken by Plymouth. Held up by Hohendorf, and we're going to whistle another penalty. Luke Hooper gets called on a trip. On the penalty kill, Timpy, Mitchell, Hohendorf, and Rocco. Tyler Rocco, or Ryan Rocco. There's Ryan, chipping it through, played back out to neutral zone by the Flyers. Pass into the middle. Oh my God, another penalty. Penalty arms up. Bryce Mitchell whistled. So Plymouth's second 5-on-3 of the game. Rocco, Timpy, and Hohendorf. Plymouth at the point position. Pass on the far side. Now on the doorstep. Save Freed. Rebound blocked before it got there. Plymouth on the near side wall with it. Now down low at the end line. Can't find it. Hohendorf takes it away, and we'll get another penalty, I guess. Cross check. No. I don't know. Timpy with control behind the net. Pinned in the wall. Plymouth moves it out. Up the wall, far side. Pass back to the point. Top of the circle. Now down low with it. Try to stuff it in, blocked by Timpey. More Timpey and Hohendorf now on the penalty kill. Plymouth, backdoor pass, goes wide of net. Plymouth with it, top of the zone. Now on the near side wall. Pass disrupted by Hohendorf, but Plymouth with control. Pass back on the near side. Now top of the zone, far side zone. Plymouth with it down low, blocked by Timpey in the air. Loose, trying to find it. Timpey puts a skate on it, still loose in the feet. Pushed into the corner, and Plymouth will control. Pass back to the point. Now near side. Flyers send a pass cross ice. Shot knocked down by Hohendorf, clear to the wall. Jack will send it length to the ice, and we'll get a whistle. We got it. This one's played by Poulin. Poulin carried in. Ayler picks it up. Ayler down low behind the net. Plymouth possesses in their own zone. They'll carry it out to neutral. Kuhn ties him up in the corner. Puck loose behind the net. Plymouth picks it up. Plymouth at the wall. Pass out to the point. Still a 5-on-4. Plymouth, cross ice, pass. Blocks by Kuhn, loose in the feet. Plymouth shot saved by Freen. Sorry, I was on mute. Thank you to our listeners out there for the relay. I think with all those penalties and whatnot, I just forgot about it. All right, offensive zone drop. Puck back to Hohendorf. Shot deflected before it got to the goaltender. Loose on the doorstep. Loose in front, and Plymouth will find the loose puck, and they'll move it out. Taking it wide, Hohendorf clears the zone. Smilich is there, off the wall, but Plymouth gets a stick on it, dumps it in deep. Hohendorf tracks it down behind Free. Hohendorf moves it out. Cross ice pass over Smilich's stick. Plymouth there. Smilich on his back though, into the corner. Finnerty in to help. Lucas digs it out, carries it up the wall. Holds it there. In to help is Ayler. Back to Kuhn at the point. Kuhn shot deflected into the glass, far side, halfway up the wall. Plymouth behind their own net, D to D. Battle here into the West Michigan zone it goes. Hohendorf with it. Hohendorf moves it up. He's got a lane to move. Dropped it for Ayler. Ayler puts a backhand soft behind the net. Hohendorf there. Plymouth high off the glass. Kuhn's going to play it at the point. Back at the wall for Ayler, but picked off by the Flyers. Now they rush it ahead. Smilich after it. Oh, penalty here. They're going to call a penalty shot here. Smilich is going to go. Lucas will not go into the box. Instead, they'll get a penalty shot. One-on-one with Noah Freen. Here go the Flyers. In on Freen, the shot, and they score. Rocco's out with Poulin and Mitchell. Hooper and Timpey on defense, icing whistled. Plymouth with a 2-0 lead here halfway through the game. Mitchell takes the faceoff out. Flyers intercept and they dump it in deep. Comes all the way out for Timpey at the wall. Up the wall to neutral zone. Flyers with possession, D to D. And they'll dump it in from the red line. In on Freen and into the corner. Timpey after it. In to help is Poulin behind the net. Played by Plymouth, loose in front, loose. Freen with a pad on it, and he'll cover for a whistle. Another penalty on West Michigan. Caden Poulin's going to go for 2 minutes. Moore's out on the penalty kill with Bedwarman, Berto, and Rocco. Puck cleared. Bedwarman, a little bit of heat in the offensive zone. Plymouth will break it out. Puck held up by Berto. Plymouth takes it away, and they go D to D on the near side now. Cross ice pass, a little long, but they're going to race after the loose puck. Loose puck, Plymouth, pass in the middle. A shot on Freed, and he holds for the whistle. Plymouth's going to get whistled. So we'll get 4-on-4, a 2-minute slash call. Mitchell, Budwarman, Hooper, and Timpey. Mitchell from the corner, takes it behind the net, pressed into the wall, frees it up to Budwarman. Budwarman pass back to Timpey at the point, over for Hooper. Hooper turns, sends it off the glass behind the net for Budwarman. Budwarman brings it out in front, a shot off the side of the net, or off the goalie. Back to Hooper at the point. Hooper lays a shot, deflects up into the net for a whistle. Face-off played by Plymouth. They're going to ice it after the loose puck is Timpey. Plymouth there as well. Played out in front of Freen. Plymouth with control. Flyers will retreat to their own end. Now they'll circle it in their own zone. Played away by Timpey. Loose puck. Flyers in their own end. Put it in their own corner. Behind the net, Flyers with it. Up the far side wall, pass through the middle, played by the Flyers. They've got a breakaway. In on Freen, goes wide. Rebound near side. West Michigan now with a one-man advantage. Mitchell tries to bring it ahead. Moore's got a swing at it. Mitchell intercepts, carries it in offsides. Smilenish, Moore, and Ayler up front. Rocco and Carson Poulin on defense. Face-off played in the zone by Ayler. Deep, Ayler after it, pins it in the wall, moves it into the corner. West Michigan with a one-man advantage. Back to Rocco at the point. Rocco shot in on goal, and that's gloved for a whistle. Plymouth with their fifth skater back, 5-on-5. Moore on the face-off. Tied up in the feet. Plymouth pushes it in the corner. Played it behind the net. They've got a flyer there in the corner. High off the glass and into the bench for a whistle. Michigan leaks out of the zone. After it is Poulin. Poulin had that puck knocked down. Flyers move it in the zone. Picked back off by West Michigan. Rocco off the wall. Held in at the blue line by the Flyers. Pass far side. Shot goes wide. Played on the near side by Ayler. Rocco's there as well. In the corner. Rocco up the wall. Flyers will be there. Backhand pass on the circle, shot knocked down, loose Ayler. Picked back off by the Flyers. They have it down low, saved by Freen. Moore gets it in the corner, now pulls it behind his own goal. High off the glass for Smilenish. Cleared the zone, Smilenish gets control, crosses the red line with it, carries it in. Ayler there to back him up. Flyers high off the glass, cleared a neutral zone. Rocco retreats. Pass over for Poulin. Pass up for Ayler. Smilanich pressuring. Flyers with a pass back to neutral. Rocco. Tied up in the feet. Flyers dump it in, cross ice, corner. Poulin gives chase. Carson Poulin makes himself some space, try to find more in the pass. Picked off by the Flyers, or trying to find Ayler picked off. The Flyers dump it in from the red line. Rocco behind his own goal. Moves it to Smilanich in the corner. Smilanich back over to the near side for Ayler. Ayler up the wall, Moore. Gonna hammer that one length to the ice. And we'll bring it back for an icing. Kuhn and Hohendorf on defense. Rocco, Bateson, and Finnerty up front. Puck tied up in the back wall. Kuhn digs after it along with Rocco. Flyers dig it out. Bateson got a stick on it. Top of the zone with it. Penalty arm is up. And we'll get a holding call on the Flyers. Rocco, Poulin, Finnerty up front. Rocco and Hooper on defense. Hooper from the point position. Shot goes wide, loose on the near side for Poulin. Caden Poulin puts it in front into the goaltender and cleared by the Flyers. Hooper chases it down. Cross ice for Rocco. Rocco up the wall. Gets past the Flyers defense. Rocco after it. He's drugged down from behind. Flyers with possession, can't out it, picked off by Poulin. Poulin dropped it for Rocco. Rocco, top of the circle, down for, low. A shot's deflected up into the net. Rocco on the face-off. Poulin, Finnerty, Rocco, and Hooper. Power play for West Michigan here. Finnerty on the dot. Played in the corner. Behind the net, Finnerty has it. Finnerty into the corner. Moves it out to the wall. Pass for Hooper. Played by the Flyers and out. Penalty on Rocco. Four on four for 34 seconds. Bateson, Goodwarman, Hohendorf, and Kuhn. Face off one by West Michigan. Hohendorf sends it down, length of the ice. Hustles after the loose puck. Plymouth there first. Loose on the wall. Gets Past the D, but Hohendorf sends it near side. Plymouth drives it in, gets around the defender, but Kuhn got a stick on it, sends it into the back wall. Kuhn collects it. He's got some room. Kuhn runs into traffic. Bateson. And interference call on whistle on Plymouth. Berto on the face-off with Mitchell, Hooper, and Timpey. Puck out to Timpey at the point, sends it over for Hooper. Hooper shot in on net, and that's gloved by the goaltender. Berto on the face-off, wins it. Ethan turns, shoots, and that's gloved by the goaltender. Berto on the dot. Plymouth pulls this one out, floats one in the air into the West Michigan zone. After it is Timpey. Timpey collects behind his net. Now reverses direction, gets it to Mitchell. Mitchell down low, off the wall, back wall for Hooper. Hooper sends it through the air. Then we'll get a whistle. Does that hit someone on the bench? Sloppy game here so far, very sloppy, a lot of penalties. Finnerty out with Caden Poulin, Miles Ayler, and Jack Hohendorf. Face off won by the Flyers, they dump it in. West Michigan about to get their fifth skater back in a 50-second power play. Ayler carries it ahead. Smilich joins play. Ayler takes it wide on the far side, sends it near side. Into the corner, Flyers. Finnerty. Smilich holds it at the point, gets it over for Hohendorf. Hohendorf, top of the circle, his shot is deflected and up into the net. Ayler, the Cadens, Poulin and Finnerty, Smilich and Hohendorf on the power play. This is Finnerty, a shot blocked before it got to the goalie. Smilich with a rebound in the corner for Poulin. Poulin's roughed up into the wall, trying to find the puck. Ayler gets it back to Smilich again. Smilich's shot goes up, deflected up into the net. West Michigan trying to win the draw. Flyers come out with it. They'll send it length of the ice on the penalty kill. 16 seconds left in the period. 5 left in the power play. Around the net is Smilich. Lucas carries it ahead, pinched off at the wall. Puck played through the air. 5 seconds on the clock. Flyers move it back into the West Michigan zone. Puck played around the doorstep, a shot, and waved off as the buzzer sounded. Plymouth with a 2-0 lead as we go into the third period. They fucking Some home cooking here. Plymouth awarded the goal. West Michigan in a hole here, starting the third. 3 goals. Plenty of time to make it up. Mitchell, Smilich, and Moore. Plymouth with possession, neutral zone. They'll carry it across the red line and dump it in deep. In on Freen, and he'll hold for the whistle. Moore on the face-off. Tied up in the feet. Flyers in the corner, now played behind the net. Poulin has it. On the wall for Mitchell. Mitchell back behind the net. Rocco after it. Centered by Plymouth. Loose. Moore clears it back to the back wall. Flyers with possession. They cycle off the wall. Pass out in front. Loose in front. Now cleared to the back wall by Smilich. Send it up the far side wall. Played by the Plymouth point. Knocked down by Smilich and cleared to neutral. Gets Mitchell on the tape. Mitchell. Bryce trying to get around the defender. Bryce shot off the crossbar and into neutral zone. Poulin gives it back to Mitchell on the drive in. Puck loose on the back wall. Mitchell, good maneuvering. Sends it behind the net. Moore after it on the far side. Flyers take it away, pull it behind their net. Smilich creates a turnover. Tied up in the corner, Moore in to help. Puck loose, Mitchell got a stick on it. Now up the wall, Flyers will be there and they'll send it out of the zone. Icing arms up. Icing waved off as Poulin carries. Poulin deep pass from Mitchell. Mitchell pass in the middle, kicked by the Flyers. Played by Poulin, now Mitchell. Mitchell shot off the crossbar again. Played in the neutral zone. Rocco dumps it in, delayed offsides. Flyers now move it back to neutral ice. Flyers down low, a shot and they score. 4-0, Flyers lead here in the third. Bidwarman, Rocco, Poulin, Timpey, and Hooper on defense. Flyers with it back in the West Michigan zone. Point man buries it in deep behind Freen. Near side, Timpey, pass in front, played away by Hooper. After it's Poulin, up the wall for Bidwarman, clears the zone. Flyers hold it there, Rocco comes in to help. Played back shallow in the zone for Hooper. Hooper, cross ice, played by the Flyers in deep. Hooper's there. Hooper's pass through the middle, connects with Bidwarman. Bidwarman gets it to Poulin. Flyers take it away. Timpey's gonna hold it at the point position. That comes out to neutral. Poulin gets it to Hooper. Hooper up the wall, icing arms up. And we'll bring it down for an offensive or a defensive zone. out with Bateson and Berto. Kuhn and Hohendorf on defense. Kuhn wraps around his own goal, near side. Flyers there, but so is Hohendorf. Puck loose, Flyers take it in. Down low, a shot goes wide. Out to the far side wall, point man plays it in towards Freen. He'll glove it for a whistle. Ayler on the face-off. Kuhn pulls it behind his own net. Near side, now stops, carries back to the far side. Outlet for Bateson, bounces off the wall, played by the point man. Buries it in deep, near side. Hohendorf after it. Puck sent to the near side post, but Ayler's there to shut it down. In to help is Kuhn. Puck loose, out to the far side. Ayler picks it up into the corner, moves it up the wall for Bateson. Just out of his reach, and the point man puts it in deep. Kuhn behind his net, feeds a pass near side. Berto's going to be there. Berto, good spin move to lose his man. Berto carries it forward. Has it taken away by the Flyers. Rush back in, gets around one. Hohendorf and Freen gets a glove on it for a whistle. Moore's out with Finnerty and Martzke. Jake Martzke out on the ice. Let's get a quick shot of him out there, Jake Martzke. Solo cam, Jake Martzke. We'll go back here. Puck played behind the net, Moore. Pressure's in the wall. Plymouth digs it out. Whiff on the wall with it in the corner. Now played behind the net. Rocco with a hit centering pass. Martzke's going to get a stick on it. Jake Martzke across the blue line, red line, dumps it in deep. Martzke off. Puck loose behind the net. Flyers come out with it far side. Little heat from Moore. They'll sit behind their net and try to set up a breakout. Pass near side, now far side. Rushed into the West Michigan zone. Through the legs, and Freen gets a stick on it. Rocco, Smilanich, and Mitchell now out. Poulin and Rocco on defense. Plymouth had it right in front of Freen. Good play by Poulin. Puck loose on the near wall. Poulin puts it in the corner for Rocco. Rocco feeds it back for Poulin. Now Mitchell on the wall. Mitchell through the middle, clears the zone. Loose and neutral. Plymouth puts it in deep. Rocco, cross ice D to D to Poulin. Poulin backhand pass up for Mitchell, held in by the Flyers. Flyers rip a shot, goes over the net. Mitchell gets the rebound, and we're going to whistle for a cross check. Ryan Rocco goes to the box. Mitchell, Timpey, Smilanich, and Hooper on the penalty kill. Flyers go point to point, near side, pass to the wall, back out top to the point, shot knocked down by Mitchell's foot. Soccer kick there. Flyers, top of the circle, pass back on the doorstep, pass in front, played out by Hooper. Flyers get possession behind the net, pass out to the point man. Now near side point, finds a lane to shoot and into the pads of Freen. Off the face-off shots, knocked down up into the air. Mitchell takes the loose puck. West Michigan on the penalty kill. Mitchell on the near side, roughed up in the corner. Flyers able to get possession. Mitchell with a stick on it. Smilanich bangs it in deep. Delayed offsides. Mitchell checks up. Flyers with possession in their end. Pass near side. Played by the Flyers. Hooper sends it in the corner. Pinned up in the feet. Flyers move it out. Shot goes into the near wall. Flyers chase it down. Mitchell there. Flyers get the loose puck. Drop pass at the wall. Played in deep. Timpey takes it away. West Michigan back with their fifth skater. Timpey behind his own net. Pass up for Bidwarman's, picked off by the Flyers. Carried in deep, taken away by Timpey though. Timpey now off the wall for Bidwarman. Finds it at the red line, taken away by the Flyers. They pass right back into neutral, drive it back into the West Michigan zone. Hooper with a nice stick. Puck played far side corner. Timpey holds it at the wall. Flyers take it away, near side, pass in front, knocked down. In on Freen, and he'll hold for a whistle. Bidwarman, Poulin, and Berto up front. Kuhn and Hohendorf. This is Berto giving chase at the back walls. Turnover for Poulin. Poulin takes it to the near side. Poulin cycles the zone. Ooh, tried to drop a pass, goes into the corner. Berto there to tie him up. Poulin in to help. In the feet, Poulin's got it, brings it up the wall, gets it back to Kuhn at the point. Kuhn measures the shot, brings it back to the wall, now down low. Kuhn down low, delayed call on Plymouth. Kuhn behind the end line, over for Berto, back to Kuhn. Finally touched up, and Plymouth will go to the box. Smilanich on defense with Rocco, Moore, Finnerty, and Ayler up front. Face off into the wall. Over for Rocco. Rocco lays a shot wide. Ayler after the loose puck. Puck loose. Finnerty gets control. Nope. Cleared out by the Flyers. Smilanich chases it down. Smilanich now for Rocco, far side, crosses the red line, blue line. Rocco drives it in towards net, puts a shot, saved by the goaltender. Off back to Smilanich at the point, gets it to Rocco far side. Rocco off the wall for Moore at the wall. Moore moves it to Rocco at the point. Rocco over for Smilanich. Lucas towards net. Lucas, shot goes wide, all the way to the far side. Rocco holds it in. Rocco off the wall. Flyers get a stick on it. Moore digs it, puts it in the corner. Ayler ties him up there. Moore in to help. Moore behind the end line. Carries it near side, cycles it back for Finnerty. Loose on the wall, Smilanich trying to hold it in, Flyers bring it out. Flyers carry it in, stop, in the zone, now down low, shot deflected. Flyers into the corner, Rocco after it, Moore's got it behind his net. Moore's now gonna carry it out, finds Finnerty on the breakout. Finnerty gets around two, gets around one. 4 seconds left in the power play. Smilanich gets it back to Finnerty. Finnerty down low, a shot, goes over the net. Far side corner, Ayler along with Finnerty. Ayler brings it back in the corner, roughed up in the air. Moore tries to glove it down. Tied up at the wall. Ayler and Moore trying to dig it out. Finnerty comes in to help. Finnerty brings it out. Finnerty curls back in the corner, now feeds it back to Moore behind the net. Moore had it chipped out into his feet into the corner. Flyers high off the glass and into neutral zone. 5-on-5 hockey as Smilanich collects. Pass up the wall into the feet of Poulin. Poulin in the middle for Ayler. Cleared out to neutral. Gotta wait for West Michigan to come on side. Poulin into the middle for Kuhn. Kuhn's backhand goes in deep for Bateson. Held up by Kuhn at the point, puts it in towards net. That's gonna be gloved for a whistle. Rocco, Bidwarman, Bateson, Kuhn, and Poulin. Flyers able to clear the zone, but goes loose to Poulin. He pushes it in the zone. Kuhn's after it. Flyers have a trailer, whiffs on the shot. Rocco sends one through the air on the stick of Bidwarman. Trying to find it, loose. Bateson brings it in the zone. Cleared around the near side. Bidwarman tied it up at the wall along with Rocco. Bidwarman puts it towards net. Picked off by the Flyers. Their outlets knocked down, loose puck. Flyers trying to get a stick on it into neutral. Poulin, cross ice for Bateson. Bateson from the red line hits Rocco. Rocco finds it down low, shot just off the side of the net. From the back wall, loose. Bateson with a shot, save, rebound goes wide. And the Flyers get possession. They carry it ahead into the West Michigan zone. Knocked down by Poulin. Held at the wall. Poulin cleared the zone. Flyers dump it in deep on Freen. He'll give it up to Kuhn. Kuhn behind his own goal. Outlet pass to Bateson. Bateson cross ice. Out of the reach of Bidwarman. Sent back in by the Flyers. Poulin deep. Bidwarman ties it up at the wall. Out to the point man, played in towards Freen, and he'll glove for the whistle. Mitchell on the dot. Berto and Poulin up front. Hooper and Timpey on defense. This is Timpey far side. Gets it to Poulin, held up by the Flyers in the feet. Poulin digs it out though, races after the puck at the blue line, carries it in. Poulin down low, try to feed a pass to Berto, goes all the way through to the wall. Held up there though. Flyers into neutral zone. Hooper got it back to Berto. Loose puck, Berto. Gets it to Timpey. Timpey in towards net, goes wide. Mitchell after the loose puck. Flyers play it up the wall. Hooper holds it in deep. Mitchell into the corner. Carries behind the net, centers it. Out to Timpey at the point. Timpey shot, deflected off the goalie. Bouncing puck into the wall. Held in by Hooper. Down low for Berto. Berto shoots! And a save by the goaltender, point blank. Just the kind of day this has been here. Ethan's going to put that in most times, and the goaltender right on top of it. Moore comes out with Smilanich and Finnerty. Hooper and Timpey still on defense. Flyers behind their own net, 1:20 left in the game. Puck in neutral zone. Hooper sends it back, delayed offsides. West Michigan checks up. Flyers from their own zone, carry through neutral. They'll cross the red line and dump it in deep. Timpy waits for it in the corner, ties it up on the wall. Flyers get possession. They put it behind the net. Near side, up the wall, try to feed a pass in the middle, knocked down. Played by Smilich, back to Moore. Moore crosses the red line, stops before he enters the zone, gets it to Finnerty. Finnerty tried to feed it to Smilich off a skate into the wall. Moore's got the loose puck. Moore to Hooper. Hooper's shot knocked down, back to Hohendorf. Hohendorf, shot knocked down and played by the Flyers out of the zone. They've got a man waiting, taken away by Hohendorf. In the feet of Moore. Now played by Finnerty. 26 on the clock. Finnerty to Hooper. Now Moore up the wall. Moore clears it to Hohendorf. Rocco down low. Plymouth tried to bang it off the back of Freen. Cleared up the wall, 2 seconds, and that's going to do it. So the Flyers get revenge off last weekend's West Michigan 1-0 win. They get their own 4-0. That ends the weekend of play. 2 losses here in Plymouth. Next weekend, a couple of home games at Griff's Ice House. Come in person if you can, otherwise there will be no broadcast. I will be out of town next weekend, so next weekend you got to be there in person if you want to see the team bounce back from this weekend. Thanks for watching, everybody. Have a great rest of your Sunday.